Job done for Liverpool. That's 6 wins in 7 Premier League games at the start of the season now. The big question is, should Crystal Palace have had a penalty? We'll get into that with the guys in studio. The scenes you're seeing is celebrations from the Reds. They've gone to London, they've done the job, and it's 3 points and 4 points clear, Michael, at the top of the table now.
Yeah, job done, absolutely. After the first half, I thought it could have been 2 or 3 for Liverpool, but he'll settle for 1 in the end as long as it's the 3 points. It was a professional job. Another clean sheet as well. They're looking very solid defensively, even though Palace had 1 or 2 chances there. But yeah, it is job done. It wasn't the perfect performance. Slight improvement maybe on the Wolves game. They weren't very good in the last game either, but they're racking up the points all right, Liverpool.
Yeah, the shot in picture now, it's the goal that counted.
Absolutely, and the way they're playing, you know, they did look like they could go again, because that first half they were winning all the second balls. They could have obviously scored another goal as well. Jota, I thought that was a poor, from his standard, that was a poor miss, but they just looked in control of that at every juncture, really, whether it's second balls. I just thought Palace were very poor for a home game, putting pressure on Liverpool. This is the time to do it. They didn't do it, and Liverpool will be happy with that, even if it's 1-0. Just ticking off them wins now.
Virgil van Dijk, imperious once again, an imposing figure in the back. As you rightly mentioned, Mo, a defence that has been so impressive at the start of the season. That's 5 clean sheets now in 7 games.
Yeah, they look strong. We've always spoken about how good they are individually, but normally they play with quite an expansive way. Obviously, if Robertson's playing, if Trent's playing, they do like to go forward, so they do leave Virgil van Dijk and Konate exposed sometimes. So to have that type of record with the way they play is a good one. But as we touched on before the game, they haven't necessarily played the big guns yet in the Premier League. Yes, they've been away to Manchester United, but in general they've played some of the lesser teams, so he's still got, you know, a little bit to prove, I guess, a little bit to work on. You know, the likes of Manchester City, Arsenal, they've had tougher games and they're breathing down their neck. So, but it's good. It's great for Liverpool fans. It's great for the manager. I thought they deserved it today. I was expecting a better performance in the second half, but he'll be delighted with it.
I think there's players in that team as well that know how to turn on good performances as it goes, simply because they've been down the path. So I think these games will just give them confidence and momentum. And I think that they'll be probably looking forward to some of those big games, because if they start winning those, then people will start talking about Liverpool how they should be talking about Liverpool, because I believe Liverpool are contenders in this as well.
Let's look at Saturday and what's still left to come, confirming for you that Liverpool got all 3 points at Crystal Palace, courtesy of Jota's goal. Then we've got a host of games kicking off at 3 p.m. here in the UK. Arsenal, Southampton, Brentford, Wolves, Leicester, Bournemouth, Man City, Fulham, which is our feature match on Goal Rush, as well as West Ham versus Ipswich. So a busy period coming up, and then we wrap it all up on Merseyside, where Everton take on Newcastle. Plenty of drama to come on Sunday, but let's look at the table and what this means for Crystal Palace. Even though they had an improved second half, still no win for them in the new season, and that's defeat number 4 for Oliver Glasner and his men. 3 points after 7 matches. Southampton and Wolves both in the drop zone as well. Manchester United there in 13th place. They play Aston Villa tomorrow. Let's look at the top of the table, because it confirms for you that 4 points, a cushion for Liverpool over Manchester City and Arsenal. They've done the business. They can sit back and watch now with those two both in action coming up shortly. Chelsea round out the top 4 on 13 points, just behind City and Arsenal for now.
Well, congratulations. The winning run continues for Liverpool, but after such a quick start to the game, how hard did you have to work in that second half for the 3 points?
I think it's always hard to come here. Obviously the results, I think over the years, always been very tight and close, and you know, I think obviously I think we scored a fantastic goal in my opinion. Well played, obviously Cody, Costas, great finish from Diogo, and I think could have done maybe a little bit better second half. Obviously then we know they're coming out a little bit more pressure on the ball, and I think we have to play a little bit more than we did, and overall obviously take the 3 points and intense run before the international break on a high, and now we go to the internationals.
Cody, it was a great ball for Jota for that goal. Talk us through it, because you had to be so patient in the build-up, but then when the goal came, it just seemed to come so quickly.
Yeah, I think Costas turned on, and then fullback was pretty tight on me, so yeah, I made a counter movement, and great ball from Costi, and then I saw Jota running inside the box, so tried to put it in front of him, and yeah, he was sharp like always, and then put it in.
It was your first Premier League start today. You've had to come off the bench in all the other games. Was it important for you to make an impact?
Yeah, I think first start, obviously you want to show what you got, and I think yeah, we have a great squad with a lot of quality, and yeah, today was my turn, and yeah, I did my best, so yeah.
And defensively, best defence in the league so far. You got to be happy with that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we keep going, we keep working, and we never satisfied, so we always can improve. And I think today as well, obviously, I think we needed Ali twice, 3 times maybe. And that's what we're trying to avoid. But if we have to defend, we have to defend with everything that we got. And everyone is contributing to clean sheets. But I'm very happy with the clean sheet as well.
Well, you're top of the league heading into the international break. Do you think you've surprised a few with the way you've started under the new manager?
Listen, I think there's always expectations towards different teams. And whatever the outside world thinks of us, we don't really care. We want to improve. We want to challenge. We want to compete to the final day and win and be successful. And that's what we're focusing on, not what other expectations or something like that will be. We got a lot of points up until now, but we want to have a lot more. And we know how tough the fixture list will be after the international break. Well, why not enjoy it? So I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully everyone involved with Liverpool as well.
Well, Virgil, you are today's man of the match. Cody, I'll let you do the honours.
All-important assist for the only goal at Selhurst Park scored by Diogo Jota. Let's look back at that goal. It came just 9 minutes in, Mo.
Yeah, it was a very good goal, wasn't it? Very well worked. They were looking dangerous down this left-hand side. Tsimikas played a lovely weighted ball. And Gakpo, I was really impressed with this because lots of wide players, they lift their head up, they look into the middle, they see nobody, so they tend to take another touch. But as a centre-forward righty, we just want them to whip it in as quick as you can.
Put it in there, because as you've seen with Diogo Jota there, Jules, he knows where he wants to end up. And he obviously knows, in respect of Gakpo, he's going to put it in first time, because then once this goes in, he's in front of him. And that is the difference. That's the margins for Palace today. You know, that's the one bit of real true quality we saw in the game, and the game's over in respects of a result, because they've got the player who, in the moment, is come to life there, Diogo Jota.
The timing of that run from Jota, Jules, was absolutely exquisite, wasn't it? He literally landed in front of the defender. The split second the ball was produced there, and that's the timing is an art, isn't it?
It's artistry. What we just. When Gakpo's putting it in, there's no one in there. So at some stage, you're going to have to get there. So people think that, oh, he's just going to push past a massive defender like that. He's got to make a move. It's a really good point that Michael made to show Jota. Look where he's behind him as we speak there. And then he's got to come in there. Chalobah knows at some stage, I've got to make sure I clear this. But he's too quick, Diogo Jota, with his thinking and his movement, and the fact that Gakpo's put it in so early. It's brilliant movement, and it's very underrated stuff, that kind of play.
Yeah, because the defender knows where you want to go, doesn't he? And you've just got to time it in the right way. And that's why you see a lot of centre-forwards getting behind. You see there, Jota was in behind his man. So he doesn't know when he's about to start running. It's very easy to in front, but you'll get tackled. And it's very easy to make a run early to get in front, but then you'll go in front of the near post, you'll make your finish hard. So the key is to time it, so you're maximising your chance of scoring, so you're more central to goal, and you're obviously on the blind side of the defender. So all of those things, centre-forwards are thinking as the game is being built up down the left-hand side. So it was absolutely timed to perfection. Beautiful. Brilliant finish.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
From a striker watching it, it's beautiful to watch.
Well, they enjoyed that. Agreed, have both of them alongside me. I wonder if they agree about this critical moment in the game, which came in the second half. Should we have seen a penalty?
I think so. And I think that, obviously, I think Virgil van Dijk, he's working on instinct here. You know what I mean? You can see him here with his arm. He pulls him here. People are saying, oh yeah, but he's nowhere near the ball, he's not interfering, he's not getting involved in the play. But Virgil knows something. You know, obviously Virgil doesn't know if that's coming to him or not by the time he's pulling him now. He doesn't know that ball's gonna, by the time he connects the ball, whether it's gonna go to Mark. Look, he's already pulling him, but now the ball's gone too high, and now they're gonna say, oh, it's because he's got no effect on the ball. Virgil knows that if that was given as a penalty, people would be saying something like, why is Virgil touching there? That's what would have happened, but you know, they've probably got another way to explain this one away.
Did you agree, Michael, about should have been a penalty?
Yes, I thought it should have been a penalty. When it wasn't given on field, I didn't think it was one of those that VAR are going to get involved in, because there are mitigating circumstances. You could argue, as Righty says, the ball was too high, the ball would never have got to him, blah, blah, blah. It was only a quick pull. But should the referee have given it in real time if he saw it? Yes, I think Liverpool got away with one.
All right, we're going to get the official word now from former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher, who joins us. Derm, thank you so much for your time. You heard the guys in studio. You've seen the incident. Can you explain to us why that was not a penalty?
I think Michael's done more work for me. Honestly, I think it comes across quickly. We watch it in slow motion. I think that's a big thing there, Julie. When you watch it in slow motion, he's got him twice as long as we think. I think he does grab hold of him, but in penalty area you see all players are reaching for each other. He lets go of him very quickly. The ball's high, it goes towards Alisson, he punches it away. Pre-season there was this...
He's impeded him. So for him, he's impeded him. So we can't just say, oh, because the ball's gone up there, it's not a penalty because he's not gonna get the ball. We've got to give it because of Virgil's intentions. And I think that Virgil, in that moment, his instinct, it's just instincts with the defender. Like you said, Mert, they're just then Derm. You naturally pull him. He's pulled at him. And that could have been something that was given. If it was given, I'd say, wow, that's strange of Virgil to pull him there. That's a big chance he took.
Yeah, Dermot, I just want to ask you a quick question. So I get the VAR side of things, and that they're not going to relook at that because there are other circumstances at play. I get that. But as an incident, do you think that was a penalty or not, from a referee's point of view, not from VAR, from a referee's point of view? Would you have given that penalty?
I wouldn't, and I was so surprised to be asked to sit up here to speak to you both, honestly.
We just wanted to see your beautiful shirt. Look how beautiful his shirt is.
New one, that?
Yeah, it's a new one.
I just I just think sometimes, you know, players reach, players feel, and you have to be careful what you wish for. That 2 seasons ago we were in a situation where everybody's going, penalties are too soft, you know, we're giving them for nothing. And now the tolerance level is higher. I actually like the first 6 weeks, however it's been. I like the fact it's been raised. I like the fact we know it's got to have impact, it's got to have consequence. So I'm a lot more comfortable than I was 2 years ago about these kind of decisions.
All right, Derm, and the beautiful new shirt, thank you so much for your time.
You're the best, Derm.
Thank
God
you.
bless you, right.
It's Liverpool who lead at Crystal Palace. Diogo Jota's goal separating the two sides after 45 minutes of play. Overall impressions of the first half?
That Liverpool have been really good. Aided, I think, by the manager of Crystal Palace. I don't think a back three against this front line works, unless you're going to go man-to-man, as I said earlier. I think, you know, Liverpool have got spare bodies all over the place. It's been a battering, really. I think Palace are lucky to be 1-0.
Yeah. Exactly, they just can't get to close Liverpool down, and in all the areas, Liverpool are getting all the second balls. They've got time on the ball. They're not stopping crosses. The left side's causing them a massive problem. Gakpo and Tsimikas. You know, we haven't even seen Mo Salah get involved yet, but they're going to need to change something for me, Palace, to get themselves back in. Maybe Mateta, I don't know, but they're going to need to change it.
And yet it was Palace who could have had the early lead.
Yes, and again, it's like, you know, it's down that space. I think Sarr does very, very well once this ball comes, because you can see the defenders there. But once it comes wide in this area, then that's when Liverpool may have a problem. But unfortunately, Eddie's run, the run he makes, you see him here, he needs to get around Virgil, go the other side of Kanate, because there's enough time on the ball for Sarr. If he gets round there, or he gets level with them at least, his momentum took him offside, and it's just such a shame because he lost balance.
It was an Ian Wright finish there, wasn't it?
You know, so I like the finish. The finish was brilliant.
I remember you scored one of those.
Yeah, I remember. I know the one you're on about, Mike, but he just needed to try and get himself on side there. It would have been a great start for him.
Yeah, that was just 20 seconds. It would have been a great start. It was Liverpool who got the great start. As Righty said, very strong down the left.
Yeah, they have been strong down the left, Jules, and that's where the goal came from as well. As Righty said, Mo Salah hasn't been really that much involved, but Gakpo has, and that was a brilliant ball. But we have a look more closely at this goal. You know, full back here. Munoz, I mean, just totally ball watching.
I don't know where he's going.
Absolutely ball watching. Brilliant ball from Tsimikas. And then when you just pause it here, a lot of wide players will think, oh, I can't see anybody in the middle. Let's take another touch. No, don't do that. If you're a wide player, don't do it. You put the ball in a dangerous area and it's down to the attacker to make the run. Time the run, nip in front of the defender just at the right time. And he did it perfectly.
Brilliantly. And, it's Chalobah. Obviously he's not been playing regularly. He's not as sharp. And Jota's sharpness there. When you look at the edge of the box where he was to where he ends up, he knows exactly where he wants to be. And Michael's bang on with the cross. That's what you want to see more of with wingers. Just put it in there. It's up to the forward to get there, and he done it brilliantly.
Yeah, Munoz going off injured shortly after that, replaced by Nathaniel Klein. Mo, you picked up something in the build-up. You mentioned it once again. You're concerned about Palace playing with the back three and what that meant facing a front three of Liverpool.
Exactly. If you're man-on-man, which rarely you're going to do, then, of course, it can sort of work. But inevitably, it's going to be a back five. And you see there the back three just marking one in terms of Jota. And that's been the case for a lot of the game. And once you do that, you've obviously got 5 against 3. You're going to be losing bodies elsewhere, and I just think Palace, and they probably either need to go to a back 4 or they need to be braver and go man on man. But again, every time you look, it's spare men at the back. And okay, there will be midfield players running, but then midfielders can track the runs. But all they're doing at the moment, see, the centre half's got to come into midfield, leave holes then. And of course, if it was the other way round, as I say, you can just track runners. You see the back 3 here; it's a little bit all over the place. And Jota's on and McAllister's on his own there. So I just don't like the system. Look at that back 5 there. There's 5 of them, and they still can't defend the ball. It's almost like when you've got too many men back there, it's easy to pass on instead of thinking, right, if it was just man on man, you think, you're my man, so I'm constantly going to be focused on you. When there's 5 against 3, it's, shall I pass him on? And there's confusion. I just think they're over-numbered at the back there. And then that's causing a problem with Liverpool getting all the ball in the midfield, because there's obviously 2 extra men somewhere.
We've called that poor Palace, highlighted even more by the fact that Sarr's chance in first half injury time was their only attempt in the first half. Yeah,
because they couldn't get on the ball, and we've seen that is a great pass. That's a great pass, but they've not been able to get on the ball in that area. Adam Wharton has been dispossessed a few times. Eze holding onto the ball a bit too long, but that was fantastic. And it would have been a bit of a nightmare for Liverpool had they conceded there, but that's how easy they can do it, because they need to get another man. For me, another man in that midfield, maybe go like Michael's saying into the 4, get Eze to drop off a bit, Eddie to move up and bring Matete on. Bring Mateta on and really have a go at Liverpool this half. They need to do something different.
Yeah, they really do. All going Liverpool's